Do you guys see that? See that snatch? Do you see the snatch?
It's for certain, summer's outside, so I went dancing.
What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing this gorgeous face, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. And if it's you coming back to see me, ZeeXOnline, once again, Jabulela Bafazi, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I have not done a makeup tutorial for you guys in the longest time, so I'm so excited to do this for my YouTube channel, the people who really started this makeup journey with me. So I hope you guys are excited for this one. We are going on a little girls' night, so I wanted to do something simple and sultry, but more than anything else, I want to show you guys how to get a flawless base that you can wear in the summertime, something long-lasting, beautiful, still giving skin-like, but definitely going to give long-lasting. So if you guys want to get my tips and tricks on how to slay your face, definitely stay tuned. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. You guys, let's get into it. I'm so excited to do this. I have not done a makeup tutorial for YouTube in a hot minute. I think the last time I did one was the beginning of this year. And was it even a tutorial? I think it was a get ready with me. But anyways, let's get into it. First things first, we're gonna take on my micellar water on a cotton pad, and I'm just gonna wipe my face down because I obviously did my skincare and stuff this morning, but I want us to start on a clean and fresh base. Now that the face is clean, I'm just gonna dry this with my little mini fan. A mini fan definitely comes in handy, guys. I would definitely recommend that you get one because it's gonna make the process go by a lot quicker. Specifically when it comes to the priming, there's a lot of drying that has to be done. Okay, so now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and moisturize. We're gonna take the MAC Hyper Real Skin Canvas Balm. It is a moisturizing cream and it creates a beautiful base. I'm going to leave a list of all the makeup products that I use in my description box. You guys should also check out my Superbilla store because I do have a lot of my faves on there, so you guys can get a cute little discount using my code ZEEXFAM. Lovely. So the skin is moisturized. We've got a beautiful starting point. Before we get into anything else though, I am actually going to do my edges because I need them to dry and have been set before we get into our foundation and stuff. So for my edges, I use the Got2b glue, this little situation. I'll have a picture of it on the screen as well. This is what I use to lay my edges. I have found that this is one of the few products that makes sure that my edges actually don't move and that sets it in place for a good amount of time. So I love it. It also doesn't leave that flakiness that you tend to get once you've done your edges a couple times. I don't like to do anything crazy on my edges, you guys. Just little swoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5, 6, but sometimes I don't even do that 5, 6. That's it, you guys. Super quick, super easy. We're not going to do anything crazy when it comes to the hair because the braids are the hairstyle child. So let's get back to priming our face. We're also going to go in with this Tear collagen lifting eye cream just to refresh our under eyes and to make sure they are well moisturized for when we add concealers and stuff. I'll be honest with you guys, I have not seen the benefits of eye cream outside of when I'm doing my makeup because it really does help your concealer have something to stick to. Other than that, my good people, like, I don't know, you guys tell me if you guys have used an eye cream that's changed your life. But I would hear it if I was someone who suffered from like eye bags and stuff like that, which I really don't think I do. And I'm not mad at the pigmentation under my eyes. Is when I let our eyes soak in all of that goodness, and then we're gonna go in with the NYX Base Glue. I've been loving this stuff. I honestly did not think I was gonna love this product as much as I do, but oh my goodness, it really does help my makeup to be long lasting. Well, that's what I've noticed so far. I've seen the girls use it in conjunction with the setting spray as well. I don't have the setting spray. I feel like it is enough to just have this and you will see a good difference. It really just helps the foundation grip nicely onto the skin. For my forehead, I like to focus it on the outer part because I am going to apply another primer to my T-zone, so it's not too important that I get it there. But I noticed also when I put it on my smile lines that it really does help them as well. Next step is very important, which is drying this step before we add our next primers. You want to make sure that each primer is locked in and set before you add another primer, because if you do add another primer without letting the first layer set, it's just going to mix together and then the products are not going to do what they're supposed to do. So you want to make sure that you're drying in between. You don't have to use an actual dryer, you can just wait. However, I don't have all day, so I'm gonna use this. It's also pretty good to stay expressionless while you do this. So I'm just gonna tap these areas that might have been affected with me tapping. Next, we're gonna go in with the Porefessional Matte Primer from Benefit, and we're just gonna put that in our T-zone and on our nose. You guys are gonna see the magic that is this primer. I remember the reason that I even got it is because Gloria, she had posted a video. I think she was doing like a promo for Benefit, and she showed like a side-by-side of how mattifying this primer is, and I was like, oh no, I need to get my hands on this. And I was not disappointed. Like, it really does mattify. I like to really press that product in just so that it can really get rid of any pores that you might see. Over here on the sides of my nose for me is where I see the most pores, so I just like to go in with that primer and really press her in. Even with the T-zone, it's important to just get all those areas there and press that in. Now we're gonna dry this, and hopefully you guys will be able to see the mattifying power of this primer. This is right after drying. I'm sure you guys can see all the places that we put that Porefessional primer are beautifully mattified. So now we're gonna get into our brows. So for the brows, you wanna first go in and just wipe down the brows just to make sure any excess product is taken off, because we don't want that to mix in with our brow gel or brow glue. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take, you guys already know at this point, my trusty dryer, because we don't have what all day, specifically when it's summer, guys. If someone is calling you for a motive, you don't have a million years to be sitting and waiting for each product to dry, but you still need to look good. We're gonna take our Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue, and that is what we're going to use to lay down our brows. Now, a lot of people ask me, Summer, what is it that you do with your brows, girlfriend? Literally all that I do, guys, I get my brows threaded once a month. Sometimes I get a tint. She really only used the tint on the bottom half, and that's just because she felt like it. But for the most part, I just get my brows threaded. I have pretty thick brows, which is such a blessing. Shout out to Squaddy. But if you don't, it is all good and well. You probably will just have to do a little bit more filling in than I do. Also, my brow glue is kind of finished, you guys, so don't judge how many times I'm gonna go in with this. Like, it's been finished for a while now, but I did place an order to get more, so justice for me. As you guys saw, I brushed my brow hairs in the opposite direction first, and then we go back in the direction that we want the brows to lay in. This brow spoolie is not that strong, so I'm actually just gonna take one of my own and brush the brow hairs back just to give that spoolie some assistance, and it gives that really cute laminated look that I think is what a lot of the girlies are trying to achieve, but kind of don't know what products that you need to use. And you need to make sure that you're using a brow gel that can lay your brows and has a strong hold, or you're really not going to get that look. But also a huge part of it, the brows need to be threaded or need to be shaped, or else you're fighting a losing battle, son. As you guys can see, I just shaped top and bottom. We're gonna do the exact same steps on the other side. What you can also do to really lay your brows is also just take a flat surface. I'm just using my brow glue container, and you just press those brows in. This is just to ensure that they lay flat, like really giving you that laminated and relaxed brow look. Just want to dry those brows to make sure that they are set in place. All right, Gemma Fuzzy, the brows are pretty much dry at this point, so we're gonna just take a cotton bud with a little bit of micellar water on it, and we're just gonna clean up the top part of the brows. This mostly just has the excess brow glue that we do not want to mix in with our foundation, because trust me, that does not look good. I also actually like to take this around my edges, just because sometimes you do have excess glue that will chill around the edge that can have the potential of mixing in with your foundation. So now we're gonna take our Maybelline Build a Brow in the shade Black Brown, and we're just gonna do light hair strokes to fill in our eyebrow. We are just needing to add a little bit of stroke here and there just to make sure that they are full enough and they're not gappy. So as you guys can see, I think it's better if you guys just watch me as opposed to me explaining, but I'm just creating light strokes. Most times my most gappy areas are towards the tail end of my brow, but I think this eyebrow is a little bit more gappy than the other one. The other one is a little bit fuller, which is so well and so good. As you guys can see, I've got that gap right here in the front. All I do is add a 1-2 stroke and I'm done. We're not coloring, we're not doing anything crazy. We're taking it easy. I will say my brow routine is really easy, guys, because I do have fuller brows. If you do have sparser looking brows or more sparse brows, you will have to do a lot more work in this step. So just keep that in mind. Just keep going till your brows are as full as how you like them to be. And while you're doing this, you want to follow the natural shape of your brows. Do you guys see quick, easy, natural looking brows? We're not doing 2016 brows anymore. Well, I'm not actually. You can do what you want. Anyways, now we're going to conceal the brows. I'm going with my Maybelline Fit Me. If you know, you know. The Maybelline Fit Me collection is literally my goat. Like literally I've been using these products since I was a little one. But I'm gonna take that in an angled brush and I'm just going to clean up the brows. Really and truly, guys, in this instance there is not much to clean up because my eyes are pretty, or rather my eyebrows are pretty freshly threaded, so there isn't much I need to do, but I'm mostly just doing this so that there's a blend on my face. I don't really like to leave my underbrows with no concealer on them, so literally I'm just gonna follow the natural shape of the brows once again and blend it down. I don't know if you guys can see, but right where my brow arch is, I do have a bit of space that I can definitely fill in. This is another great part about concealing the brow. It helps you get a better shape if your arch is slightly too high. So I'm just gonna fill in that space. Bob's your uncle. Okay, Bob's your uncle. I'm gonna repeat the same step on the other side. Finally, we have arrived at foundation. It was not gonna be easy for us to get here, okay, because the brows had to be done, but we have arrived. For foundation today, we're using the Benefit Porefessional foundation. This foundation is so freaking good, you guys, and I feel like it's heavily slept on, so I'm really, really glad I'm having an opportunity to talk about it in this vlog. So it's not sponsored, but guys, I love putting people onto good products that are just slept on. So justice for this foundation, it's so good. I am in the shade 35 in Victorious. So what I do, I'm gonna mix it today. But, okay, using it on its own is perfectly fine too. So literally what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 and a bit pumps on the back of my hand. The only reason I'm mixing it with this NARS is because I low-key feel like this NARS is too light for me now. Like I'm having thoughts about Macau. I want to get a shade darker, but right now I'm just mixing it in with my foundations just so that I can get some wear out of it. And I'm gonna put it like a pump and a half of this NARS. A pump of this NARS is basically nothing. Like it takes out such little product. Then we're just going to, I wouldn't say mix them together. We're just gonna blend that on our finger and then just put a couple dabs on each side of our face and really all over our face. The only critique I really have about the Benefit foundation is that the smell is something. Okay, it really is something. Then we go in with our old reliable, the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray. I'm just gonna spray that over my face. Dry that slightly down. We don't wanna do it too much because I don't wanna dry down the actual foundation. Just the spray, and then we blend. Now guys, it was actually pretty hard for me to decide which concealer I'm going to use for this video because I have some really good concealers in my lineup right now, I'll be completely honest with you guys. But the one we're going to go with today is the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer. We are on the shade NC40. I actually keep saying I'm an NC45. I'm an NC40, guys, NC40. So what we're going to do is just put this on all the places that we'd like to highlight. You guys will notice I don't put foundation like right underneath my eyes and like all over my lids and stuff like that, just because I know that I'm going to place my concealer there, so it's really not necessary. So these are the areas that I like to place my concealer in. I like to do a little under eye situation. We like to do on the corner of the eye just to give the eye a bit of a lift. Of course, we have to do the forehead, guys, because as you can see, my whole entire forehead is out. So we need to highlight so we can also go back and minimize. I'm gonna do the chin. We are gonna do a nose. We are gonna do the nose as well, guys. We're gonna come back to that because right now we're gonna start off with bronzing. Since this foundation is a little bit darker off rip than my other foundations, the only real bronzer that I use with this foundation is the swiitchbeauty contour stick in the shade number 3. I don't even want to show it to you guys because my one looks diabolical. I actually need to re-up and get a new one. So I just like to put it in my brush in there, and then I like to place it like literally right above my ear, so like here going in, because naturally when we blend it, it's going to go down. We don't want to bring the face down. We're trying to keep it as high as possible, so this is where you want to place it, okay? And I do find it's easier to get this placement correct when I'm using a brush than when I'm using, or rather when I put the product directly onto my face. Obviously it's up to you, you do what you want, but do you guys see that? See that snatch? Do you see the snatch? We're also gonna do some on our jawline as well. Let's give ourselves a nice chisel. I really love the color that this gives off, and guys, the creaminess of this product, Switch Beauty will literally always be goated. Like, they're the ones who put me on the makeup map, if we're being honest. The real ones will know, and if you're a real one, let me know in the comments. But they really did that. Like, they ate that down, and they are still eating to this day, son. Then it's time to chisel that forehead. So I like to focus it right on this area here, because I feel like that is the real area that makes my head, or rather my forehead, look like a 5 head. And then I just take it down slightly here on the side of my edges. Nothing too crazy, because I'm not trying to put a lot of makeup in my hair, if you guys can tell. And I'm gonna take a smaller brush, and we're just going to bronze the nose. I definitely put too much product on that one side, but that's perfectly okay. I am not a person, guys, who likes to do heavy contouring on my nose. It's just not my ministry. I don't have a problem with how my nose looks in general. This is mostly just to balance out the face. And then this, my good people, is when we're gonna take our concealer and put that concealer right in the center. I'm gonna take my fan and dry this down slightly more. And I'm doing this specifically for the purpose of the concealer, because I'm sure you guys can tell we want our concealer to give us the best possible coverage, which means it needs to dry down as much as possible. At this stage, before we start blending, I'm going to go in once again with my Lasting Fix setting spray. If you know, you know, guys. The more you put the stuff on, the more your face is not going to move. And what I love about it is that, yes, it is matte, but like, it's not like to the point where your face can't move. It's matte enough to help your makeup lock in while it still looks like skin. So while I still have some of that excess product for my forehead and my chin, I like to just do very light reverse contouring on my cheekbones. This is something that I specifically like to do when I'm doing my makeup for the evening time, because I feel like it just really helps get or emphasize the snatch on your contour slash bronzer. When we get to this part, you want to blend the outer part of the concealer first, and then we will go in gradually. I literally use 3 different brushes when I do my concealer, which sometimes I'm like, girl, is it that deep? When I look at the finish, I'm like, girl, maybe it is that deep. Maybe it is that deep. Like, maybe it is that deep. Then we take our smallest brush and we just slightly blend out the inner eye or the inner corner of the eye without moving the product too much. I also do like to do the reverse contour even when it comes to the nose. It just helps the nose get a really beautiful snatch. Then I take my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour concealer in the shade Walnut or 334, and I just want to put that on the center part of my inner corners. As you guys can see, I think I'm going to put a little bit on here, just a touch. You don't want to do anything too wild or too crazy, but I feel like I do notice a difference to when I don't actually do the step. Now we're gonna go in with our cream blush. The cream blush we are using is from Bobbi Brown. It's called the Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks, and it is in the shade Rose. I have been loving this stuff lately, you guys. It's actually new in my makeup kit. They sent it to me in PR. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I literally just take my blush brush like that, and as you guys can see, how stunning is that color? It also looks really natural, which is the part I love the most about it. Like, natural but still in the room with us. I love a good dark pinky blush. Do you guys see that? Oh guys, I'm obsessed with this blush. Like, it looks so good. Bobbi Brown, you did your biggest one here. Like, you can come and collect those 10s from me. I don't usually let this concealer sit for long, so we're literally just gonna blend that out using the same concealer brushes we were using earlier. Do you guys see that blend? Do you guys see that blend? I ate that so bad. Okay guys, now that we are blended, we're gonna go in with our powders. We're first gonna take a pressed powder, which is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Toffee. Then we're gonna take our loose powder, which is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I wanna say, where is it? Yes, it is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And we're just going to set our under eyes first things first. I like to do these in stages because the other side might crease while we are doing the other side. So we're just gonna take our powder puff, put it in that pressed powder, literally make the sponge look like that. Then again, you wanna just blend out any creases because you do not wanna set creases, you guys. Like, trust me, there's a huge difference and you will know it when you have set your creases in. And it ain't good, okay, it ain't good. So you wanna take that and you just press it in right under your eye. You press. Make sure that all your bases are covered. Then I'm gonna dip it into my translucent powder, but I'm gonna take off the excess just to make sure there's an even distribution on my powder puff. And I'm gonna go in again, right under the eye, and set that. Guys, we're looking for a really and truly flawless base. So unfortunately, you do just need to work in stages and in steps to ensure that your makeup does what it's supposed to do. Okay, now the one eye is done. You guys can see the difference between the two. This one I probably still need to blend it out some more because it's probably creased with all my yapping and stuff. So I'm literally gonna repeat the same step on the other side. Once that is done, I just like to go through on all the other places we highlighted with a sponge just to make sure that everything is well blended, because we're about to go in with our translucent powder once again. And we're gonna take our powder puff, put it in there, shear it out a bit, and go in on all the places we applied that highlighter. So you're essentially repeating the same steps. However, on the other areas, I don't start off with my pressed powder anymore. I just realized like what is the actual need. I don't want to cake up my makeup unnecessarily. And also you can always go back in with your pressed powder after you've applied your translucent powder. But specifically for under my eyes, I still have to, because I feel like that's what makes them look truly flawless and bright and just giving that UK girl makeup kinda. Okay, now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and take our bronzer because we're about to set our bronzer. We're gonna take Fenty Beauty in Mocha Mami. I know I've been using this for probably like 2 years now. I did actually order another bronzer, which is so crazy, guys. We are stepping outside of our comfort zone this summer just to try something else, but it is not here yet, so I can't show it to you guys. But I would recommend that you guys follow me on TikTok because you guys were able to see when I used it for the first time. My makeup artist actually used it on me and I was like, damn, you ate that. But I'm gonna take that on a brush, a little angled fluffy brush. This brush gets dirty so quickly that like I could never even show you when this brush looked clean, but I'm just going to go over the places that we added that bronzer. You still want to keep it high, guys. Remember, when it comes to placement, you want to keep it high, okay? You want to keep it high, right on top of where you placed the cream bronzer, okay? Do not drag it down. Then we're going to take this like a little angled thinner brush and we're going to set the bronzer that is, or rather the contour that we have done on the nose very lightly. Again, throughout the process, you guys will see there's a lot of reverse contouring between me applying the bronzers and me putting the pressed powder on. But I feel like the give and take kind of creates a really beautiful result in the end. We're gonna take some of our translucent powder, just a little bit. You put it in, but I tap off like majority of it. And I'm just gonna put it right under where we've put the bronzer. And again, you already know what this is for. It's for that extra chisel, that extra snatchering, right? And again, we're not baking here, guys. We're literally pressing the powder in. I don't think I really bake anymore. I'm not really in a baking era. So you tap off a lot of the excess. You just do on the other side as well. This is helping lift the face and just ensuring that our placements are right where we need them to be. We're going to start the process of just blending all these different powders together, because as you guys can see, mix masala on the face right now. And that's not a good look. It's not a good look. So we're gonna take a pressed powder that is the same color as our skin tone. I like to use this Rimmel lasting finish long waist pressed powder in the shade Hazelnut. Another product I've been using for a trillion years. And first I'm going to start on my forehead. I like to start in the places that are not under my eye, because I like to give that some time to cook, really cook. That in the end it will be everywhere, literally everywhere. But I would put the most of the product on the outer parts of the face. But even if you do put it, because I do put some, for example now the excess on the inner part of my face, I'm still gonna go in with more pressed powder, so that's literally fine. Also, don't think we've forgotten about the blush. We'll be back soon. Then we go back in with that Maybelline Fit Me powder, and as I mentioned, we'll be back. This is the time for us to be back. And we're just gonna put that under the eyes. This is basically just us removing any excess translucent powder that might still be there, although realistically, since we've already put that other pressed powder on, there really shouldn't be any left. All right, you guys, it is finally time for us to go in with some blush. I like to use this Estee Lauder blush. It doesn't say, what does it say actually? It says it's Pure Color Envy Sculpting Blush Pink Kiss. That's what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and take our blush brush, put it in there. It says pinky color, which is really quite cute. I'm just gonna put that right where? Above the bronzer. This is a really beautiful blush. It's like one of the most consistent blushes that I use in my collection, and I feel like it's perfect for the summertime. It gives a beautiful sun-kissed look, and I feel like it blends so beautifully with the bronzer. So she is my old reliable, my old fave. This piece of hair hits me good and wild. I do have slight blush blindness, so you do not have to apply as much blush as I do. I just like to apply a lot because really and truly, once you go on about your day, the blush is always the first thing to disappear. So I feel like let's just put on more to avoid that. We're pretty much done with the base at this point. Finally, we made it. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and this is what I'm gonna use to melt the makeup in. You can also use this MAC Fix Plus if you cannot get your hands on Charlotte Tilbury because they aren't available in South Africa. You can use this. It does pretty much the same thing. However, I feel like this one really sets as well, whereas that one I feel like it just emulsifies, like it brings everything together. This one also does a good job at setting. So guys, I can't explain to you how good that smells. Oh my word. As you guys can see, a beautiful dew is what we have on our skin right now. I'm going to do the eyes, I won't say off camera because I'm going to do them on camera, but I'm just going to speak through it and speed through it because it's really nothing crazy that I'm doing on my eyes. I don't want to do anything crazy on my eyes, and I want the focus of this video to be on the base because it's the most important part. So we're going to skip through the, well, not skip through, breeze through the eyes, and I'll come back to finish off the base with you guys. Okay, let's get into these eyes. First things first, concealer in the eyelids, then we blend. Then we take that same powder combo we used under our eyes and we put that on our eyelids just to set. Then I'm taking this Kylie Cosmetics palette. We're going in with the dark brown and we're putting that in the crease. We're really blowing this out though, making sure that it is well blended into the brow bone. Then we're going to go ahead and take the same color, but then this time we're going to pack it on the eyelid just so that there's a little bit of a gradient effect going from the eyelid to the crease to the brow bone. Then we're taking a light colored shimmer and we're putting that on the inner corners of the eye. This really helps to open up the eyes. We're then going to take this waterproof eyeliner from Essence and we're going to create a thin line right above the lashes. We're then going to take this pen eyeliner from Revlon and we're going to create that cat eye effect on the inner corners of the eye. Finally, we're going to take our Fenty mascara and we're just going to use that as our base before we put our lashes on. Okay guys, the eyes are done. Very quick, very simple. Honestly, nothing crazy on the eyes. That's been my vibe lately, and it's probably going to be my vibe throughout the summertime. I'm not a huge trying to do intricate eyeshadow stuff. To be fair, I like it when other people do it, so maybe I need to try it myself. I don't know. Anyways, let's finish off the base. I want to take this eyeliner. This is the Revlon Colorstay Sharp Line eyeliner, and I want to just make myself a little beauty mark. In fact, actually, I'm going to use my Essence Liquid Ink eyeliner because I think this is just easier when it comes to doing that. This is basically just to make, if you are having a breakout, making it look a little bit more intentional, because obviously if it's just a bump on your skin, it looks a little bit like, oh, okay, she's breaking out. But now it looks like, oh, she tried to put a little mole in it. Meanwhile, it's just a little acne and stuff. Then I have one here under my chin. Amazing. So we're gonna go down with one more pat down of our skin with the pressed powder. We go in just here, a little bit here on our forehead, bridge of the nose, and just around this area, because we are going to set very soon. I do just want to take a little bit of my highlighter and put it on the high point of my face. I'm gonna take some highlighter. Well, not really on the high points to be fair. I'm mostly just gonna put it on my nose. Bridge of my nose. Just to make that pop. Then we're also gonna do on the Cupid's bow. If you know, you know, okay? I hardly ever skip this step. I feel like it just really makes the lips pop out, which is a look I've been loving lately. Now you are getting ready to do our lip combination. Ideally, guys, I would start off with like a, what do you call it? Lip stain. Ideally, I would use a lip stain. I can't find mine for some reason. My helper, one thing about her, guys, she will clean. And to the point where I won't even be able to find the stuff. But let's go in with our lip liner. I actually think I want to do 2 lip liners today. I'm going to go in first with MAC's Chestnut. Then we're going to take MAC Root for me. I like to create a very 3-dimensional lip. I don't like my lips to just look plain. I need them to be a moment, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and line with Chestnuts. Notice how I always emphasize my Cupid's bow. I learned that trick from Rihanna. Like, Rihanna is the GOAT when it comes to that, and I feel like I've just adopted that into my everyday life. And I feel like I have such a cute Cupid's bow, so it works out so beautifully. They want to take Root for me. Just literally gonna mix that in, bringing it a little bit closer to the center, but not too much. Mostly just mixing it in. Then I'm gonna take my little lip mixing situation brush. I'm just gonna blend that down and in. Really just making sure that those colors are married well together. Then we're gonna take this lipstick. It is the MAC Matte Lipstick in Yash. Just gonna put that on the lids. You guys have seen this lip combo a million times, only in the sense that I always use this lipstick, you guys. I love it so much. Next, we're gonna go in with this lip gloss. It is just the Essence lip gloss. It's the clear color. And I like to put this over the lip liner, so the edges of the lid, not the center. Then to end off our lip combo, we're going to take this MAC lip gloss in the shade See Through. I'm gonna put that in the center. It's a really, really nice nude. I actually have just discovered a new one that I want to put you guys on very soon when it arrives. Oh, guys, you can't tell me that doesn't look sensational. What did I do for you? Anyways, let's get into the final step of our makeup, which is this L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. We're going to just mist that all over the face. Really lock that in. And voila, you guys, that is the finished look. We're gonna go head over to the other room to get changed. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me beat my face, because I feel like we kind of ate that. What do you guys think?
You're my baby, my lover, my lady. All night you make me want you. It drives me crazy. I feel like you were made just for me, babe. Tell me if you feel the same way. Does it just feel so right? I don't wanna waste no time. If I had to choose, I know I'm gonna always choose to be with you. Cause girl, don't you know?
Don't you know you're so beautiful? I wanna give all my love to you, girl. Not just tonight, but the rest of your life. I wanna be always here by your side. Girl, don't you know you're so beautiful? I wanna give all my love to you, girl. Not just tonight, but the rest of your life. I wanna be always here by your side.
When you're not here, you don't know how much I miss you. The whole time on my mind is how much I'm gonna give to make you feel so good. Like you know I could. Tell me if you feel the same way. Cause it just feels so right. I don't wanna waste no time. Girl, if I had to choose, I know I'm gonna always choose to be with you. Girl, don't you know?
Girl, don't you know